Okay, sorry about that. OBS just ate itself alive. Perhaps I'll start again. It says that there's 0 people watching, so maybe somebody was watching before. I apologize to that person. So, will I do my whole exposition again? I don't know. Yeah, I might as well. So, I'll make it quick this time. So today I'm going to be going through the Emacs Lisp track on Exorcism. So exorcism.io is a website where you can learn to code a bunch of different languages, kind of like Code Academy and other things like that I can't recall. So why use Exorcism? Well, because I want to do their Emacs Lisp track. Emacs Lisp is a Lisp dialect. Lisp is a kind of language, second oldest kind of language there is, probably beat by COBOL, which is an old language, one of really sort of the first programming language in a sense. So Lisp is a type of functional programming language. If you don't know what that is, it doesn't matter at the moment. Emacs Lisp is a dialect of that used for Emacs. Emacs is a text environment piece of software. So some people say it's a text editor. It's more than a text editor. It is a full text environment, full computing environment. I feel like a lot of people don't understand that about Emacs. Emacs makes a lot more sense if you think of it kind of like a software implementation of a Lisp machine, so a complete computer, rather than as a text editor, because you can do all kinds of stuff in it. You can do crazy stuff. You can browse the web. You can browse your file directories. It's an inbuilt file browser. It has all kinds of capabilities that one would not associate with a text editor. One of those capabilities is that it's mostly written in this dialect of Lisp called Emacs Lisp. So the base package is C. That basically just creates the Lisp interpreter and I think some of the X elements that it uses, and from there it's basically written in Emacs Lisp. You can write Emacs Lisp and run it either when you open Emacs as part of your config file, or you can just type it in and evaluate it. And you can that basically gives you access to most of the functionality of the quote-unquote editor. So not a whole lot of these websites like Code Academy have Emacs Lisp courses, so I'm pretty excited to test this out. One of the interesting things about Exorcism is that apparently, as I discovered before the last stream crashed, it has a command line client that you use for submitting and evaluating your exercises. So I'm just going to get started on installing that in a minute. I don't think anybody's watching at the moment, but that's okay because I'm still just trying to get comfortable on camera. I'm a little more comfortable than I was the first time around, so that's good, at least. I'm just trying to think if I missed anything from my first time around. So the exercises on Exorcism are shared under a attribution share alike license, so it's Creative Commons. So Exorcism Inc. does own the copyright to this, but it should be okay to broadcast these exercises. I shouldn't be stepping on anybody's toes. You can check out the license and its terms in the description, and you can check out exorcism.io, the website, and see if there's anything on there that you'd like to have a squiz at, because they've got a variety of different languages that you won't find on other platforms, and that's exactly why I'm learning with them today. So I'm going to try again with this command line client. So I am running 64-bit Linux. Save the file. Not sure if that file saved correctly or not, so I'll just overwrite it. If anybody is watching, say hello in the chat, because I'm in danger of no longer feeling nervous. Okay, so place it in your path. So so this is just some completion scripts. I actually don't know what shell I'm running here. How would I check that? Okay, apparently I can check which shell I'm using by echo cache 0. Okay. Echo cache 0. Okay, so I'm just using bash. Alright. So I guess I'll extract. God, I hate this so much. Why can't I just enter a file? Alright. Sure. Okay. And then I'll just do this from inside Emacs. So copy, downloads, exorcism, completion.bash to .config/exorcism. Oh, I just realized I need to make that directory first. Config exorcism. Okay. And then do that again. Okay. Huh. Okay. Rightio. So I'm just going to open up file in bash rc. That's weird. I don't even have Chromium installed, whatever. Okay. do not use all my ZSH. Okay, so to extract, continue. Once you've downloaded and extracted the archive, you need to put it in bin. What executable? I didn't see an executable. Did I grab the wrong file? No. Grab the right file. No, I don't want to put it in bin though. Okay. Well, this is awkward. Glad I came prepared. Well, first let's just try to run it. Exorcism. Download the appropriate archive from the releases page. Okay. Assets. Yeah, this is confusing me a bit. So I downloaded it and I'm pretty sure there was only the shell scripts. Was that supposed to be the case? Maybe not. Maybe there's supposed to be something else in there. I think there must be supposed to be something else in there. Well, this is not how I wanted to spend my first live stream, but part of what I want to do with this channel is sort of be kind of open to things not going to plan and kind of showing the nitty-gritty of things sort of not working. So what's this? Command line client. Let's see if there's anything in here that's different. Okay, it's bigger, or at least it feels like it's taking longer. Let's try and install this puppy. No, just shell stuff. That's weird. Unless I'm missing something. Is it just a bash script? But it seemed to suggest that there were binaries to be downloaded. This changes how exercise managers method of blah blah blah. I don't understand what the problem is here. Yeah, CLI ships as a binary with no additional runtime requirements. Well, there ain't no binary in there, so that's a bad start. Unless I'm missing something obvious. If you're watching and I'm missing something obvious, let me know. Let's have a look at this old release, see if there's any difference. I wonder if there couldn't be a problem with the way my archive thing is opening it, could there? That's possible, I suppose. Yeah. Oh, hang on. What's that? That looks like a binary to me. Okay, that's a bit weird. Let's try extracting it. And let's try running it. Curiouser and curiouser. Okay, let's check. Oh, I see. Okay, it's actually not in downloads at all. Yeah, okay. Here we go. I don't quite understand why. That's an interesting one. That's a bit weird. Anyway, so we found it. We found him. So let's copy him into our path. Okay, exorcism, and let's copy him into. Just copy out the P command. I actually never used it. No, okay, that's not what I want. Alright, I'll just make deer for now. Software. Yeah. So exorcism.io bin P. So the P argument to make directory just means that it creates all the directories necessary for that new directory to exist within. And now I can copy exorcism into that directory. Sweet. Now I don't really know how to add that to my path yet. I've forgotten a lot of my Linux knowledge. I've only been on Linux again for a few weeks now. Okay. Yes. Oh, here we go. So if you're not running bash, try to adjust the below to your shell. Have the exorcism executable available everywhere on the command line. You need to make sure bin is in your path. There is a chance if it's already there. So I did this to avoid cargo culting, and look what I'm doing. So software, and then maybe I can use a wildcard and then bin. And then I know what bash profile does. I don't know why it wants to do it in bash profile, but that's just fine by me. And then source is to basically load whatever is in bash profile. Otherwise I'd have to reopen the terminal. And let's see if this works. Bugger. Software, yeah. See if there's an issue with wildcards in path. Maybe I've just used the wrong kind of wildcard. Let's just make sure that structure makes sense. Yeah. And then bin. Yeah, okay. Oh, I misspelt it that time. Okay. So I'm gonna have to learn how to use the path variable better. So I'm gonna get rid of my bash profile that just created. I know there's nothing else in there, so it doesn't matter. Alright. On with the show. Configure. So I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller. How in God's name do I do that again? Oh, I actually can't remember. That wrong way. No, that's no good. That's not what I wanted. Whoa. Okay. Never mind. I'm using Xmonad if you're interested. As my window manager. If you don't know Linux, don't worry about it. Paste in the following text into your terminal. Oh great, I just revealed my token to everybody. Bugger it. Oh shit. Yes, I have. Is there any way to change my token? Okay, so I can. Alright. Awesome. Alright, so, and I'm gonna do that right now. Shit. Pardon me for a moment. Yep, I am sure that I want to reset my token. Okay. Let's try again. Shit. Okay. Taking a lot longer this time. Sweet. Okay. Alright, sweet. Alright. Do it this way for now. Oh, don't want to give away my token again. I think I remember the guy saying that there's actually like a Emacs plugin, like an Emacs package for exorcism.io Emacs package. Like you can do it straight in Emacs, which would be nice. Yeah, here we go, Exorcism Emacs. Okay. I think I might just, it sounds pretty unreliable. I might just stick with the command line client. Alright, so download, use your code editor to solve the problem, submit. Okay. Alright, so let's download the exercise. What am I doing? Oh, you gotta be joking. Fuck. That's funny. Alright. Alright. The token was still in my clipboard. Oh, that's fucking funny. Alright. Third time's the charm. Now it's asking me a bunch of shit. Like, just let me update my token. I'm live streaming here. I need to change this damn token. Okay, token is reset. And hopefully this is the last time I'll have to do this. Oh, you fucking thing, come on. Don't be fucking stupid, come on. Ugh. Fucking hell. Alright. Oh, this is ridiculous. Why is this not working? Why can't I just paste? Why does it want to keep pasting my name? Okay, I'll type it in manually then. 35. You never know what'll happen when you live stream something from start to finish. Unfortunately, Moore's law tends to take control of these things, and everything that can go awry will go awry. Okie dokie. Please let this be the last time that happens. Oh, the token's invalid, for fuck's sake. So for some reason I can't copy paste into my terminal. Okay. Okay. Alright, it just does not want to do it. What a fucking pain in the ass. Do I have another terminal editor? Alright, I got Termite. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit frustrated, to say the least. Why is this not working? Alright, I'm going to stop the stream here and I'm going to pick it up once I figured out what the fuck's going on with this thing. Okay, so that was incredibly frustrating, but I did eventually solve it. Sort of. I kind of dodged the problem. So hopefully no other issues occur. So copy. Alright. If that doesn't want to work, I'll just use do it inside Emacs. So yep, here we go. Alright, cool. Alright, sweet. So we've downloaded the exercise and we're gonna open it up. So I guess we'll read the README first. So hello world, the classic introductory exercise, just say hello world. The traditional first program for beginning programming in a new language. The objectives are simple. Write a function that returns the string hello world, run the test suite and make sure that it succeeds. Submit your solution and check it at the website. If everything goes well, you'll be ready to fetch your first real exercise. Okay. So what have we got in here? We've got hello world.el, hello world test.el. So I guess we try and solve the issue, and then we test it with whatever the Emacs Lisp code is in hello world test. Not a lot of hand holding here, I gotta be honest. It's a little bit unclear sometimes exactly how things are supposed to work. Anyway, 40 minutes in, we're finally ready to start the first exercise. So provide hello world.el ends here. Okay, so code goes here. Okay, so yeah, really not a lot of hand holding here. We're learning Emacs Lisp. Okay. You can start the tutorial. Yeah. The best documentation. Ship with Emacs. Emacs Lisp references the official Emacs Lisp documentation. It is built into the Emacs info pages. It is shipped with Emacs and can be accessed by the menu bar. Menu bar read Lisp pref from the top page of info mode. Emacs Lisp Intro is a book for non-programmers available from the Free Software Foundation. Menu bar read Lisp Intro. Okay. And let's split this pane here, and then let's open the test. So load file hello world.el. def test hello world test should equal hello. Okay, so I get it. So we need to return from this code, we need to return the string hello world. Okay. Wow. Okay. So this really doesn't pull any punches. So just scanning this to see what's here. Apparently there's a eLisp manual with one page per node entirely on one page. I think I'll prefer that. Okay. So let's start. Crikey, this is long. I guess it is the full manual. It's just wait. So now I'm just gonna read through this. Yep, okay. Caveats, Lisp history. It's interesting, but that's not what we're interested in. Okay, here we go. In Emacs Lisp, the symbol nil has three separate meanings. It is a symbol with the name nil. It is the logical truth value false, and it is the empty list, the list of 0 elements. When used as a variable, nil always has the value nil. As far as the Lisp reader is concerned, bracket bracket and nil are identical. They stand for the same object. The symbol nil. The different ways of writing this symbol are intended entirely for human readers. So the Lisp reader has read either bracket bracket or nil. There is no way to determine which representation was actually written by the programmer. Okay, so apparently nil equals the truth value false. Okay. And we should use the brackets when we wish to emphasize the way of making an empty list, and we should write nil when we want to emphasize the lack of truth value. Okay. A Lisp expression that you can evaluate is called a form. Evaluating a form always produces a result, which is a Lisp object. In the examples in this manual, this is indicated with... Okay, so the... I wonder if you guys can read that. Okay. Oh, that's not a very good zoom function, is it? So they use this little arrow to indicate what the result is. So car evaluates to 1. When a form is a macro call, it expands into a new form for Lisp to evaluate. We know the result of the expansion with may or may not show the result of the evaluation of the expanded form. Okay. So that's just okay. In a function description, the name of the function being described appears first. It is followed on the same line by a list of argument names. These names are also used in the body of the description to stand for the values of the arguments. The appearance of the keyword "and optional" in the argument list indicates that the subsequent arguments may be omitted. Okay, so this is in describing or defining a function. Omitted arguments default to nil. Do not write "and optional" when you call the function. Yeah. The keyword "and rest," which must be followed by a single argument name, indicates that any number of arguments can follow. Okay, the single argument name following "and rest" receives as its value a list of all the remaining arguments passed to the function. Do not write "and rest" when you call the function. Okay. A function foo subtracts integer 1 from integer 2, then adds all the rest of the arguments to the result. If integer 2 is not supplied, then the number 19 is used by default. So foo 1539. Foo 5. Okay. Any argument whose name contains the name of a type is expected to be of that type. Oh, that's kind of interesting. A plural of a type, such as buffers, often means a list of objects of that type. An argument named object may be of any type. An argument with any other sort of name is specific to the function. If the function has a documentation string, the type of the argument should be described there. Okay. So this is basically talking about how you can pass arguments to functions, and it has a couple interesting features, like you don't have to define all your arguments before you call the function. I'm not quite sure what the what's a lambda expression? Okay. So this has not been the most productive hour of my life. Actually, it's been probably about 2 hours. Oh, here we go. Well, why didn't it work before? Alright. Is a function object written in Lisp? Here's an example. Lambda, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. In Emacs Lisp, such a list is a valid expression which evaluates to a function object. Okay. So it's a type of anonymous function, so it's a function that doesn't have a name. But then they can be associated with symbols to make named functions. Alright, so this was mostly just a technical test and just trying to get comfortable on camera. I may even delete the record of this video because it was pretty rough. I mean, I'm all for making a rough broadcast, but that was pretty rough. I'm gonna go have something to eat because I'm starting to get hungry and that's distracting me. Tomorrow I'm going to live stream studying languages first, and then from there I will broadcast doing this again. So if anybody did watch, I don't know why you did. I apologize for taking up so much of your time, and I hope you'll come